We live in a world that's just completely addicted to the noise of the struggle. I mean, everywhere you look, society is telling you to grind, to hustle, to force your way to the top. We're all taught that if we're not totally exhausted, we're just not trying hard enough. But what if the greatest achievers in history knew a secret that we've all forgotten? What if the key isn't found in more effort, but in a really profound shift of your internal state? What if the secret isn't pushing harder, but in becoming a person that success is just naturally drawn to? Let's explore this ancient art. So just look at this comparison. On one side, you've got chasing, and that's all about brute force, resistance, and, well, ultimately exhaustion. This is the model that we're sold every single day. But the Stoic alternative over on the right is attracting. Now that's about flow, magnetism, and building a character that opportunities can't help but find. It's a complete paradigm shift. It's about stop fighting the river and start flowing with it. And this isn't some new age idea, not at all. This is ancient wisdom. Think about it. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, a guy who managed millions of people and led massive armies, wrote this in his private diary. He understood that the more we fight against the natural flow of life, the more we actually push our goals away from us. He knew the secret was internal, not external. And that right there brings us to our first core principle, mastering your inner world. See, the Stoics taught that true power isn't about controlling every little external event. Nope, it's about mastering the one thing you actually can control, your own mind. Because the Stoics understood this profound truth. Your external reality is simply a mirror of your internal state. Okay, so how do we actually do that? Well, it breaks down into 3 pretty actionable steps. First, practicing something called preferred indifference. Sounds weird, I know. Second, anchoring ourselves in the present moment. And third, reclaiming your authority over your own mind. So let's break these down, starting with that strange paradox. So this brings us to preferred indifference. It's a fascinating idea. Now, it doesn't mean you stop wanting things. It just means you have to stop needing them to be happy. Desperation, you know that feeling of I have to have this? It sends out a signal of lack. It literally creates resistance. But when you can honestly say, I would prefer success, yeah, but I don't require it for my peace of mind, you stop being needy and you become magnetic. The second step is all about anchoring in the present. And this number, it's just staggering. Most of us spend 99% of our lives in 2 places that don't even exist, the past and the future. We're either replaying what went wrong yesterday or we're worrying about what might go wrong tomorrow. And when your mind is scattered like that, your power is scattered too. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca, he just absolutely nailed it right here. Your creative power, your ability to attract and build, it only exists in the now. When you are fully present, you are ready to receive the gifts life is actually trying to give you. In Stoic terms, this is how you manifest, not by wishing, but by aligning your present actions with your values. You make your desired future inevitable. And this leads right into the third step, reclaiming your authority. Just think about how many times a day you give your power away. To the person who cut you off in traffic, to a negative comment someone made, to the 24/7 news cycle. The moment you decide that your internal state is your own responsibility, you become free. Opportunities flow to people who aren't easily rattled. You become the boss of your own mind. Okay, but this is a fair question, right? I mean, it's one thing to be calm when everything is going great. But what about when you lose a job or a big project fails? What's a Stoic supposed to do then? Well, this is where the Stoics completely flip the script on modern thinking. They believe that life's problems aren't there to stop you. Oh no, they're there to train you, to make you stronger, and to forge your character. It is a radical reframing of every single challenge you'll ever face. And this quote, this just brilliantly illustrates the point. This is one of the most famous Stoic ideas, and for good reason. The obstacle isn't blocking your path. The obstacle is the path. That challenge you're facing right now contains the exact lesson you need to learn to get to the next level. So the crucial point is, you don't run from it, you engage with it. I just love this metaphor. That same wind that extinguishes a small flame only makes a bonfire bigger and hotter. So you have to decide to become the bonfire. Every no you get, every setback you face, it's just more wind. So, are you going to let it blow you out, or are you going to use it as fuel to grow stronger? And this resilience, it brings us to another powerful paradox. The secret to attracting more isn't wanting more, it's about embracing what you already have. You have to create from a place of fullness, not from a place of emptiness. And the tool for this is gratitude, but probably not in the way most people think of it. Stoic gratitude isn't a passive thank you. It is an active energy field. When you are genuinely grateful for what you have right now, you are signaling abundance to the universe. Your brain literally starts scanning for more things to be grateful for, and you start seeing opportunities you were completely blind to before. So, get this. Take this example from Seneca. He was an incredibly wealthy man, but he would practice what he called voluntary poverty. Why? To prove to himself over and over that his happiness wasn't tied to his bank account. And this practice, it made him fearless. When you're not afraid of losing what you have, you operate from a place of pure power, and ironically, you attract even more. All right, this brings us to our final and honestly most important section, the one that ties all these ideas together. Ultimately, your external reality is just a reflection of your internal character, and the fastest way to align with your best life is simply to be authentic. You just can't manifest a life that belongs to someone else. It's impossible. If you're in a career you hate or you're pretending to be someone you aren't, you create this constant internal friction. It really is like driving with the handbrake on. Yeah, you're moving, but you're working against yourself the whole time. The moment you have the courage to just be your true self, that brake comes off. And the final piece of this puzzle is this mindset called Amr Fati, the love of fate. It's a deep trust that everything is unfolding in its perfect time. That missed opportunity, hey, maybe it was a protection, not a punishment. That delay you're experiencing, maybe the universe is just waiting until you've grown into the person who can actually handle the success you're asking for. Trusting this allows you to relax, and relaxation is the absolute key to attraction. So, you see, the whole point of this entire explainer, it really comes down to this one idea. This is the law of nature. You can't trick it. The Stoics knew that when you fix the person on the inside, when you build your character, your resilience, your gratitude, the world on the outside has no choice but to change. It's a mirror. It has to reflect what you're showing it. So now you have the blueprint, the same one that has guided emperors and sages for thousands of years. But, wisdom without action is just entertainment. So the question isn't what you've learned today, it's what are you going to do with it? You are the architect. So what reality are you going to choose to build?